Picture yourself standing at the edge of transformation, where the person you are today meets the giant you're destined to become. What separates these two versions of you isn't time, money, or luck, it's mindset. The most powerful force in the universe isn't atomic energy or gravity, it's the way you think. This force has turned ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers, transformed struggles into stepping stones, and converted impossible dreams into inevitable realities. Let me share with you 6 foundational principles that form the architecture of a success mindset, principles so powerful that once understood and applied, they literally reconstruct your reality from the inside out. These aren't just ideas, they're keys to unlocking your fullest potential, and they start working the moment you embrace them. The first principle is what I call absolute ownership. This is the foundation upon which all other success principles rest. Imagine your life as a ship sailing across the vast ocean of existence. In this journey, you're not just a passenger, you're the captain, the navigator, and the entire crew. Every wave that hits your ship, every storm you encounter, every smooth sailing day, you own it all. This isn't about blame, it's about power. When you take complete ownership of your life, something magical happens. You claim the power to change anything and everything. Think about it. Most people spend their lives in the passenger seat, blaming traffic for their delays, circumstances for their failures, and others for their disappointments. But the moment you step into absolute ownership, you move into the driver's seat of your life. Your language changes from "I can't" because to "how can I." This shift isn't just philosophical, it's practical and immediate. Every challenge becomes an opportunity, every setback becomes feedback, and every obstacle becomes a chance to grow stronger. This leads naturally to our second principle, the growth paradigm. Most people see abilities as fixed traits like their height or eye color. But those who achieve extraordinary success understand that everything can be developed. Your intelligence, your creativity, your social skills, your leadership abilities, these aren't fixed quantities, but muscles waiting to be exercised. Every challenge, every failure, every uncomfortable situation is actually an opportunity for growth. Consider how this mindset transforms everyday experiences. A difficult conversation becomes a chance to improve your communication skills. A project failure becomes a laboratory for learning. Even criticism, which most people avoid like poison, becomes valuable feedback for improvement. When you truly embrace the growth paradigm, you stop avoiding challenges and start seeking them out, knowing that each one makes you stronger. The third principle is what I call future-back thinking. Most people make decisions based on their current circumstances and limitations, but successful individuals do something radically different. They start with their desired future and work backward. Imagine standing on a mountain peak looking back at the path you took to get there, rather than standing at the bottom wondering if you can make the climb. This perspective shift changes everything. When you operate from future-back thinking, your decisions become aligned with your aspirations rather than your limitations. You stop asking, "Can I?" and start asking, "How will I?" This isn't positive thinking or wishful dreaming, it's strategic vision combined with practical action. Every decision you make today is filtered through the lens of your desired future, ensuring that each step takes you closer to your goals. The fourth principle is conscious energy management. Most people focus on managing time, but successful individuals understand that energy, not time, is the fundamental currency of high performance. You can have all the time in the world, but without physical, mental, and emotional energy, you'll accomplish nothing meaningful. This principle teaches you to treat your energy as your most precious resource. Think of your energy like a battery that powers everything you do. Just as you wouldn't waste your phone's battery on useless apps, you shouldn't waste your personal energy on activities, people, or thoughts that don't serve your goals. This means making conscious choices about what you engage with when you work on important tasks and how you recharge. It means learning to say no to energy-draining activities and yes to those that fill your tank. The fifth principle is strategic relationships. Your mindset is profoundly influenced by the people you surround yourself with. Just as a plant needs the right soil to grow, your success requires the right social environment. This principle isn't about networking in the traditional sense, it's about consciously creating relationships that elevate your thinking and support your growth. Think of your 5 closest friends or associates. Their habits, beliefs, and energy levels are probably similar to yours or soon will be. This isn't coincidence, it's influence. When you strategically choose to surround yourself with people who think bigger, act bolder, and expect more from life, your own standards naturally rise. Your ambitions grow, your excuses shrink, and your perception of what's possible expands. The sixth and final principle is immediate implementation. Knowledge without action is like having a high-performance car without fuel, impressive but useless. This principle is about closing the gap between knowing and doing. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or complete certainty before taking action. But success comes to those who act now, learn from results, and adjust as they go. This principle transforms how you approach everything. Instead of perfect planning, you focus on perfect practice. Instead of waiting for clarity, you create clarity through action. Instead of seeking certainty, you embrace uncertainty as the price of progress. This isn't about reckless action, it's about calculated implementation followed by rapid adjustment based on feedback. These six principles work together as a system, each one reinforcing and amplifying the others. Like the ingredients in a powerful recipe, they create something greater than the sum of their parts. When you combine absolute ownership with the growth paradigm, you take responsibility not just for where you are, but for who you're becoming. When you add future-back thinking, you gain clarity about where to direct that growth. Conscious energy management ensures you have the resources to sustain your journey, while strategic relationships provide the support and elevation you need. Finally, immediate implementation turns all of this potential into actual results. The beauty of these principles lies in their universal applicability. Whether you're an entrepreneur building a business, an artist creating your masterpiece, or a parent raising children, these principles provide the mental framework for success. They work because they align with fundamental truths about human potential and achievement. Think of these principles as the operating system for your mind. Just as a computer's operating system determines how all other programs run, your mindset determines how you interpret and respond to everything in your life. By consciously installing and running these six principles, you upgrade your mental operating system to one optimized for success. Remember, these principles aren't theoretical concepts to be contemplated, they're practical tools to be used immediately and consistently. Each principle builds upon the others, creating a comprehensive framework for thinking and acting in ways that generate success. The power of these principles lies not just in understanding them, but in living them daily. Every decision, every interaction, every challenge becomes an opportunity to apply these principles and strengthen your success mindset. Like compound interest, small, consistent applications of these principles create exponential results over time. Your life changes the moment you begin applying these principles. Not next week, not next month, not when conditions are perfect, but now in this very moment. The gap between who you are and who you could be is bridged by the decisions you make and the principles that guide those decisions. The question isn't whether these principles work, history has proven they do. The question is, will you begin applying them now? Will you take absolute ownership of your life today? Will you embrace growth opportunities when they appear? Will you think from your future backward? Will you manage your energy consciously? Will you strategically choose your relationships? Will you implement immediately what you've learned? Your next decision, your next action, your next moment, that's where your transformation begins. These principles are waiting to be applied, ready to transform your thinking and, through it, your life. The power to change your life doesn't reside in some distant future, it exists in this moment, in the principles you choose to embrace and apply right now.